Okay, let's talk real quick about the science of decision making. So, there's two hemispheres to the brain. My left brain's over here. The left brain is responsible for facts, information, learning, data processing. Like think of it like a funnel and this machine that just takes all this information and it just shoves it through and it sorts it and puts it together and then pumps out the other end conclusions and facts and like all this stuff, right? The thing about the left brain is the left brain doesn't make decisions. The left brain processes information. So when you're reading, when you're learning, when you think about people that are very left-brained, they're very intellectual, they're very good at processing information and processing information quickly and very complex information, and they're very good at the learning process. The right brain, the hemisphere in the right side of your brain, is responsible for emotion, feeling, intuition, decision making. That's where you get all of these ideas and like very artistic people that are better with like color differentiation, all these ideas of like they're not quantifiable necessarily as like data and facts. It's more kind of just vague stuff going on. Both hemispheres are necessary, both are valuable. People tend to favor one or the other, but the important thing to understand from a sales perspective is that when people decide to buy, to purchase, to do, they're using the right side of their brain to make that decision. That doesn't mean the left brain is off. The left brain might have processed, the information about the product, the information about the company. It might have processed some information, but at some point, you need to use your right brain to make the decision. You need to experience enough positive, negative, any kind of emotion to say enough is enough, it's time to take action. And some people struggle with this, and some people do not. If you are a salesperson, what you need to understand is the customer someone who is able to make decisions quickly because they're more right brain dominant? They get excited, they jump into situations because all you need to do is give them a little poke, a little push, and the right brain kicks on and goes, oh my gosh, this is great, let's do it. If you're dealing with someone who is more left brain dominant, some examples would be most engineers, mathematicians, scientists. Across the genders, men tend to be more left brain dominant than women as a whole. Older people tend to be more left brain dominant. Winston Churchill said, if you're young and not a liberal, you don't have a heart. If you're old and not a conservative, you don't have a brain. It's this idea that when we're young, we're full of emotion and we make decisions. Like when your friends say, hey, let's go out tonight, you're like, let's go. I don't even care where we're going. I don't care what time. I'll burn the house down. Let's just go. And you just go. When you're older, it's like, well, what time do you want to leave? What time will we be back? How far away are we going? Who's driving? What are the fuel costs? Are we going to eat? Is there food? Are we going to stop for bathroom breaks? Like, what is it loud? Like, there's all this information you have to process, and there's less emotion. So if you understand the customer, is the customer someone who is able to make decisions or is steeped in emotion, or is the customer someone who needs a lot of information and facts, and that person tends to not make decisions? They tend to learn and understand and process. How do you get the customer to be emotional enough to say, let's do it? And if you can understand that, read it, detect it, inspire it, then the customer will get to a point where the left brain is like, all the information makes sense, but the right brain overwhelmingly says, oh my gosh, I have to do this. Whether that's excitement or disgust or anger, whatever emotion it is, it has to be more powerful than the desire to have more information. And if you can get the customer to that place, they will make a decision. It's not manipulation, it's science. The part that you guys need to understand is the reason you can't sell is because you're focusing too much on information. I hear too many young salespeople say, I'm just going to learn every detail of the product. And if I know the product inside and out, I will be able to sell it. It's the implication that if they can be the smartest product knowledge person alive, they will be able to explain every detail to a customer, and the customer's left brain will be so overwhelmed with great information, they'll make a decision. It is a failure to understand the way science works. It is a failure to understand human biology. The customers don't care about all the details. They care about the way it makes them feel. They care about the way the benefits impact their life. They need to be overcome with emotion. Don't believe me? When you bought your house, what was it? Was it the kitchen? Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. I love these countertops. Was it the bathroom? Wow, 2 sinks. Like, look at this shower. That tub is amazing. Was it the backyard, the view? Was it when you pulled up, it looked like a mansion? Was it the feel of the carpet? What was it? Because I bet you can't remember exactly the square footage, living and basement. I bet you couldn't tell me the square footage of the bathroom. I bet you couldn't tell me exactly how many acres. Was it 2.37? That's not why people buy it. They don't know. I have too many people. What's your mortgage payment? Was it 1230? I don't call it $1,200. I don't know. They get close because the details end up not making your life matter. It's the moments, it's the experience, it's the emotion. If you're going to be great, not just good in sales, if you're going to be great, you have to have an ability to make people feel it in their heart. You have to be able to resonate in their soul. And if you can move people, they'll buy almost anything because they felt it. So the right brain matters. The left brain needs to be able to say, sounds good, I guess. I mean, everything makes sense. But the left brain needs to be in, or the right brain needs to be in control and say, let's do it.